stick, okay? So just make sure you're comfortable and you're safe. And for those that, again, would like to do a little bit of resistance work today, grab your cans from the cupboard. 2 cans, just check that they're both the same weight, about 400 grams. Drained weight is usually about 240, but 400 grams, so they're both the same weight. We're donning chickpeas today. And if you don't want to do the cans because you've got an injury, then remember, I'll just advise you to make 2 loose fists like this. So whenever we do the arm exercises or the arm and leg exercises with the weights, of course you've got the option to not use the weights if you don't want to. Okay, well, let's start. Let's just take a couple of deep breaths in the chair. So we sit back. Feet are always hip width apart, yogis, unless I advise you otherwise. Let's just roll the shoulders back, sitting tall, hands on the thighs. And we'll just take 4 deep breaths here. It's a moment just to gather yourself. Just slowly and quietly return the awareness to the breath. Mouth is gently closed. Feeling very supported by the chair as you breathe in through the nostrils and gently breathe out. Just give yourself a moment to come to stillness. Don't feel you've got to rush those breaths at all. Take your time. Just breathing in and out, nice and relaxed through the nostrils if you can. One more full breath in and out in your own time. Good. So really important just to bring the awareness to the breath, have a moment of stillness. And we do that at the end as well as a way of closing the practice together. Okay, yogis, so making sure you're comfortable. We're going to start by warming up the lower part of the body. That's the major joints of our body. We're going to start with the feet. So, bless you. So if we could see my feet, that would be great. Okay, yogis, notice they're hip width apart. And we're going to start really just by scrunching up newspaper balls and flicking them away. Scrunching up the toes and flicking them away. Breathing in, breathing out, scrunching up and flicking away. Now we're going to do that 6 more times slowly. It can elicit a little bit of cramp, yogis, so go gently. I'm stretching the toes away. As I'm breathing, I'm scrunching them towards me. Exhale, flicking them away. Inhale, scrunching. Exhale, flicking away. 1 or 2 more if you can. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's do 1 more for good measure. That's it, go gently. Slow it right down if you need to. And then just release the feet. And we're going to fan the toes as we often do. So nicely now, just spreading the toes as if you were trying to fan them and release them. Spreading the toes wide apart and releasing them. A sense of fanning and opening into the toes. And release them. And once more, making sure you're not straining the toes, but a gentle stretch between each one. And then release them. Good. We're going to move into the right foot straight away, yogi. So I'm raising my leg. Notice I've got the leg at hip height. And all we're going to do is bend down and bring the foot forward. So what we call a flexion. So let's inhale as we bring the toes towards us. Exhale as we push the foot down. Breathing in. And breathing out. Now if that feels comfortable for the foot, we'll do 6 more slowly. Use the breath wisely. We're synchronizing movement with breath. As I bring the toes towards me, that's an inhalation. As I push the foot away, that's the exhalation. 4 more. And again, if this feels too strong or I'm going too fast, then just slow it down if needed. Good, let's do 1 more together. And then release the foot down. We'll switch sides now, yogis. Flexion first. Again, aim to have the leg about hip height, but no higher. And flexing. First pointing down. Inhale, toes towards you. Exhale, pushing the foot away. Breathing in, breathing out. Now, what you may notice, as I often do, is that one foot can feel easier than the other to perform. So what's interesting is just that range of motion may be different on the left to the right. And just let me sort of reassure you that that is completely normal, yogis. We'll often have a tighter side, a stiffer side, a side with less motion. Good, let's do one more. And then release the foot down. Lovely. Well, should we try both together now, yogis? So raising both feet if that's comfortable. Again, no higher than your hips. Push one forwards and one back. And let's add the breath. Inhaling. Exhaling. Breathing in. Breathing out. So I'm pushing one of my toes, or one of my foot rather, forwards and one back. Alternating. Good. Keep going if you can. Great again, just to get our brains working and talking, communicating with our feet, connecting with our bodies, inhaling, exhaling. Once more on each side if you can, and then release the feet down. What we do is we have just little periodic rests, just fractionally, a half a second really, or a couple of seconds in between the poses, just to rest the feet, particularly if you find the feet feel heavy or the exercise is too strong. And remember, you can stop and skip a pose if necessary. Okay, so we're going to raise the feet again, and we're going to bring the feet together and make some wide circles. Nice wide circles. First in one direction, and in the opposite direction. As wide a circles as you can. So try to keep the feet together here. And just make those lovely big rotations, opening into my ankle joints now. And a few in the opposite direction. You may feel this in the thighs, of course, and the knees, so go gently. Lovely big undulating circles, but keeping feet fairly close together if you can. And then separate the feet and begin to rotate in towards one another. Can you see I'm trying to make big circles, but aiming to bring the big toes touching. Lovely opening there in the ankle joints, one or two, and then a few in the opposite direction. Now the feet are moving away from one another. And again, if this is too strong, just stop if you need to, or skip the pose if it feels too strong for you this morning. Make sure you're breathing and sitting tall. And now a little bit of foot gym yogi. So can you see I've got my feet about hip width apart? Begin one in one direction, doesn't matter whether it's starting clockwise or counterclockwise, and the other in the opposite direction. Now sometimes we feel this is okay and other times it doesn't really happen, but it is just about having a go. Well done. And then pausing and starting the opposite one in one direction and the other foot in the opposite direction. And again, go and talking to your feet, and then bring the feet together and relax and release them down. Well done. Not easy poses, but excellent for the feet. So we're now going to move into the knee joint. Now again, if you've got delicate knees that have had surgery, or knees that are just recovering from a sprain or a strain, go gently. But by all means, give these a go if you can. I'm going to profile myself to the side so that you can see the movement. So I interlace the fingers underneath my right thigh. You can hopefully see me. I'm sitting back in the chair. I'm going to inhale and draw that in, but look forwards, keep my spine tall. Exhale, straighten the leg and flex the toes towards me to encourage a deeper stretch in hamstring. Breathing in, breathing out. Looking forwards, inhale again. I'm trying not to take the leg any higher than the hip when I extend it, but I'm trying to draw it closely into the chest, but not strain. Looking forwards. Let's try 4 more. This helps to strengthen and heal that knee joint. Strengthening, healing the knee joint. Even if you haven't got an injury there, this will strengthen the knee joint. 1 more if we can. Inhaling and exhaling. Well done. So if I profile myself to the other side, you can stay exactly where you are, Yogi. But I think if you can see me more clearly, it hopefully makes the movement and action clearer to see. So now I've got my hands underneath the left thigh, looking forwards, keeping the spine tall, breathing in, breathing out. Can you see again, toes towards me? A nice long line. Inhale, looking forwards, keeping the spine tall. And again, my right foot is anchored down, so I feel supported with the opposite foot flat on the floor. Breathing in, breathing out. 3 more if you can, yogis. If that's too strong, stop if you need to. Don't strain. Last time. Good. And release down. Okay. Let's turn so I can, again, show you the next movement. And again, if you find this too strong, yogis, again, you can skip this, remember. But it's worth doing because it's, again, very strengthening for the knee joint. I'm coming forwards now on the chair. I'm going to hold on to alternate wrists underneath the right thigh, but alternate wrists or up towards the elbows is fine. So if you find holding onto the elbows is too much, take hold of alternate wrists. So for those that don't know the movement, the action comes from the knee joint down to the foot, yogis, okay? And what I'm going to do is try and draw wide circles from the knee down to the foot, as wide as I comfortably can. This is known as an ankle crank. Now again, take care if you're recovering from an injury. You can make small circles or you can skip this if it's too strong, but it really does help to strengthen and keep the knee joints supple and lubricated. Just about 5 or 6, and then switch directions. Same leg, same knee, just going in the opposite direction now. Sitting tall, nice deep breathing, helping to open and energize our knee joints. Let's do one more slowly, then release, and we'll switch sides. So again, sitting bones on the chair, but you need to come forwards a little bit just so you've got the room to move the foot and the knee so it comes up, holding on to alternate wrists or up towards the elbows if you can. And again, as wide a circles as you comfortably can. Don't rush these, take your time. Up to 6 in both directions is great, but again, if that feels too strong, simply halve that and do 3. Okay, let's go in the opposite direction now. Breathing, nice relaxed breathing through the nostrils. And again, aiming to sit as tall as you comfortably can in your chair. Good, okay. Once more, and release. Well done. That's quite strong, isn't it? So we're going to do our hips now, and we'll come forwards. Again, just making sure the sit bones are definitely on the chair. Feet together, hands on top of the knees. We're going to inhale, and you can see I'm going wide here, working the inner groin, in fact all the way down to the inner ankle I'm going to stretch. Exhale, knees come together. Inhale, as wide apart as you can, comfortably working all the inner thigh, and exhale. 4 more, breathing in. Again, don't go too wide if you've got hip issues. Exhale. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhale, just 2 more if that's comfortable. Breathing in, breathing out. Last time. Inhaling. And exhale. Well done. Okay, we'll sit back on the chair. So that's the major joints of the lower half, just a little opening there, a little energizing. Hopefully you can see me sitting tall now, and we're going to do exactly the same with the upper body. Let's start by taking the arms to shoulder height. Do you remember I talked about a loose fist? So the thumb is inside my palm, the 4 fingers wrapped around the thumb, and that constitutes as our loose fist. Arms are at shoulder height. We're going to inhale here, keeping the arms and elbows straight. Exhale and open the fingers. Inhale, looking forwards, keep the arms straight. Exhale and stretch into the fingers. Just like the feet, really. Breathing in, breathing out. 4 more. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Try 3 more for me slowly if you can. Again, I often say to people, if you're going to be on the computer or on a desk for the rest of the day, These are wonderfully restorative, great to do first thing in the morning before you get on the computer, once more if you can, before you do any gardening or driving, and release down. Okay, so those are the fingers. Let's just try and work into the wrist joint a little bit now. This one is working that carpal tunnel, which is often a syndrome that you hear about where people overuse the carpal tunnel, particularly if they do a lot of work on a computer, and it can unfortunately be called repetitive strain. So this is said to strengthen that area. And again, if you're doing a lot of gardening, crocheting, knitting, anything with your hands, see this as a way of strengthening that area. So arms to shoulder height, fingers facing the ceiling as if we're pushing against our imaginary wall. And this is where we breathe in. As we exhale, we just drop at the wrist. Inhale, pushing away against our imaginary wall. Exhale and drop at the wrist. And we'll do 6 more. Inhale, now make sure you're not straining your wrists here, yogis. Exhale, so yes, pushing but not straining. Inhale, arms are nice and straight. And exhale, 3 more if you can. Breathing in and breathing out. Make sure you're sitting tall, the spine is lovely and long here. You're simply gazing ahead towards what we call that imaginary horizon. So head and neck nice and relaxed. Then 1 more if you can. Inhale, arms straight. Exhale, dropping at the wrist. Good. And release the hands down. You may find that it generates heat here as well. It's circulatory as well. So if you get cold fingers, if you're prone to, circulatory problems in your fingers and toes, these poses help the energy and circulation to move more efficiently. Let's make those 2 loose fists again and work into the wrists a little more now. So again, arms at shoulder height. And this time I'm rotating just into my wrists and trying not to move the rest of my body. First, going outwards 10 times, so my wrist joints are moving away from one another. Nice deep breathing here. Again, sitting tall and comfortably in the chair. And then about 10 as I bring the wrists in towards one another. Keeping the arms and elbows as straight as you comfortably can is key. Again, if it hurts, if there's any discomfort in the wrist, you can just stop if needed. Okay, and release down. Well, do you remember a little while ago I asked you to move your feet, one in one direction, one in the other with the ankle. I'm going to ask you to do the same now, if you wish to, with your wrists. So, arms at shoulder height. Begin one in one direction and see if the other one will move in the opposite direction. Again, the key here is to breathe and relax. Don't worry if it's not happening. It's simply about having a go. And then pause and start one in one direction. And if you can, the opposite one in the opposite direction. And as I say, it's not a test, but it's a great way to improve that communication with the head and the parts of our body, in this case, our wrist joints. And then release and relax when you're ready. Well done. So yogis, we're going to move into the elbow, then we'll move into the shoulder, and we'll finish our joint work with a little bit of warming up in the neck, okay? So sitting back, feet hip width apart, we're going to bring the arms to shoulder height, trying to keep the elbows nice and straight here. We're going to inhale, fingers just resting on the shoulders. Exhale and open. Breathing in, time. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Breathing in, breathing out. Now let's do one forwards, one back with the breath. Inhale. Exhale, alternating. Breathing in, breathing out. 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well done. And then release and relax the arms. You'll find shoulders are working hard here, so you'll find they get a bit heavy. So between each exercise, between each movement, we just have a moment to take a breath in and a breath out. Resting, noticing the effects, the sensations, and then moving on. Next, the biggest joint in the upper body, of course, is our shoulders. So we're going to work gently with our shoulder joints. So first of all, we're going to inhale and shrug the shoulders up. And then as I exhale, notice I open the mouth and I expel the air through the mouth like this. Ha! So I breathe in through my nostrils, my mouth closed, shrugging towards my ears. But as I exhale, opening the mouth and release. Ha! So it's a ha sound. And it's said to be really good for releasing the stagnant air here in the lungs. But also this mimics the tension we put in and then release deliberately, okay? So let's try 5 more slowly if you can. Ha! 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 2 more if you can. Ha! Last one. Ha! Well done, yogis. And then take a resting breath. Now let's roll the shoulders back 5 times slowly. Just want to loosen up this area, which is often prone to tension and tightness in our bodies. And 5 times forwards. And we're just breathing normally here. Good. And then a little bit of stronger work if you wish to. I take my right hand and rest the 4 fingers of the right hand on the front of the shoulder. That's the right shoulder. And we're just going to start to make small circles as if we had a pencil on the end of the right elbow, a sharp little pencil. And those circles are made in a forwards direction, as you can see. Okay, so just go gently, looking ahead, keeping the head and neck relatively still. Small circles, a great way to work deeply into the shoulder joint if you can. Breathing normally, sitting tall, head and neck in that central position looking forwards. And then a few of those circles in the opposite direction, yogis. Again, stop if it feels too strong. You can make the circles really wide, but only if that feels comfortable. Otherwise, keep them relatively small and accurate. And then stop when you need to, because again, just doing as much or as little as you want to. Should we switch sides now? So the 4 fingers of the left hand on my left shoulder, trying to keep this elbow nice and open is key. So I don't want to sort of be like this, but if you can, trying to keep this part of the chest nice and open. And then in a forwards direction, as if I had a pencil, a sharp pencil on the end of the elbow. I'm trying to draw small, accurate little circles there. Again, you might find those left and right differences in the body. Go gently if the range of motion here is smaller. On this side, go very gently. And then let's do a few backwards. Aim to keep your spine really tall here. Looking forwards or even closing the eyes if that helps. A couple of more gentle rotations if you can. And then relax. Good work. Okay. So we're going to try both together now. Again, if this is too much, you can just leave this pose if you wish to, but it's a lovely opening. So both hands on the shoulders now, inhaling, and as if I'm trying to draw those big zeros in front of my nose. Doesn't matter if the elbows don't touch, remember. Inhaling, exhaling as they release. 1 or 2 more slowly if you can, yogis. And then let's go backwards. Just 3 or 4 of those, really slowly. Again, if you're very tight, do take it carefully. Great. 1 more lovely wide rotation there if you can. Well done. And release. Take a resting breath. Notice if your shoulders feel warmer. And we're going to move into the neck now. Again, if you've got any issues here, you might want to leave these poses out or do them carefully. So yogis, let's simply drop that right ear to the right shoulder. Be aware of the stretch that you're receiving down the left side. But for those that want to make it a deeper stretch, I'm going to take that right hand and bring it so it covers my left ear. There I can feel the stretch. And again, going a little deeper if you wish to, I raise the left arm away from the body and flick the left fingers up. Hold, just really holding that and breathing into that stretch gently. 3 more deep breaths here if you can. Don't strain the breath again. Make sure you feel comfortable in this stretch. And carefully come up and release the head. And we'll switch sides, so now left ear to left shoulder. So this, simply stretching alternate sides may be enough for you, and if it is, that's great. Just hold and breathe there. But if you want to work a little deeper, my left arm comes up and covers my right ear now, further accentuating that stretch. And I'll take the right arm away and flick the fingers up gently. And just gently breathing into a deeper stretch if comfortable for 3 slow breaths. It's quite amazing how much tension we may feel here. So again, I'm going to stress, go gently into this stretch. Again, you may notice one side feels easier to stretch into than the other. And then when you're ready, carefully coming back, gazing ahead and taking a resting breath. Well done, yogis. Let's just take a nice deep breath in now. Exhale. And the last exercise, we'll just drop the shoulders. And I think it's worth showing you this again from the side so you can accurately see. So I sit tall, back in the chair, feet hip width apart. And for that nice stretch in the back of the neck, I'm going to inhale and simply drop the chin to the chest. While I do that, I want to drop those shoulders, and I'm receiving the stretch all the way down to the mid-back, in fact the low back. We don't want to hold the breath for too long. When we need to exhale, we come up and we simply gaze ahead and relax the head and neck. 3 more of those if that's comfortable. Breathing in, chin to chest, a minor pause in breathing of a few seconds if you can. Exhale, bring the head back up. Inhaling again when you're ready. Chin to chest as we hold the breath. Drop the shoulders and release into the back of the neck stretch. Exhale, bringing the head back up and relaxing. Once more for those that want to do it, if that's enough for you, just take a resting breath here. And then let's all just relax, take a resting breath. Rolling the shoulders back and forwards a few times and just noticing if we feel as we've created a little bit more space in this area. Well done, yogis. That's the major joints of the body opened and energized. And it also means now that we're safe to move into a more dynamic practice for the last part of the session. So we're halfway through. So let's start by marching on the spot. So when you've had a nice deep breath in and out, maybe had a sip of water, we'll begin. So feet hip width apart, start to make 2 loose fists with the hands and marching on the spot. So I'm raising the knees as high as I can, sit back again, make sure you're comfortable, swinging the arms as best you can, looking ahead, and of course breathing nice and relaxed here. And swinging the arms as much as you can to just start to get the circulation going. Notice if your joints feel a little looser now, hopefully more open and energized as we go on. Looking ahead, breathing. We're going to do this and get a little bit faster now, so I'm really stomping my feet. Get a little bit faster in your feet and your arms if you can. Can we do another 30 seconds? 3 more deep breaths here. Faster, a little bit faster. We'll take off in a minute. And slow it down. And again, you don't have to go that fast, just going at the pace that suits you. Oh, well done, and release down. Great stuff. Now, we're going to imagine there's that punch bag in front of us, and we're going to punch with loose fists. Rest of the body relatively still, but we might want to come forwards for this one. Separate the feet a little wider than the hips. turn the toes out. Make sure you're gazing ahead towards your imaginary punch bag. We're going to do this for 1 minute, okay? Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Punching, punching, trying to keep the arms straight, elbows straight. Can we do a minute? Let's have a go. Nice deep breathing. Yes. Yeah, that's it. Come on. Yes. Tiny. I'm going to do this for about 45 more seconds. I've got my glamorous assistant who's timing us here for 1 whole minute. Of course, you can stop if you need to. Okay, just slow it down again if needed. Punching, trying to keep the arms nice and straight. Keep going, yogis, if you can. How long have we got? 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. It'll be helping me later, hopefully. Okay. Woo. So it's warm outside. Take a resting breath. Let your body be quiet and still. Okay. Now, for those that want to, we're going to start using 2 cans, and we're going to do the same exercise, marching on the spot with these cans, and then punching. Now, if you feel it's too much, just keep making that loose fist, okay? Are we ready for 1 minute? Okay, here we go. So the first one is marching on the spot. Start slowly. Make sure you're holding onto your hands securely, looking forwards and breathing. Okay. So this speed may be fine. It's a great speed to start with, but of course you can slow it down if you want to. If you wish to, start getting a little bit faster now as well, if you wish to, and that feels comfortable to do so. Okay. Make sure you've got hold of those cans, yogis. We don't want to fly across the room. Nice deep breathing, looking tall. 30 seconds, so those that want to stop can do now. That's half a minute, well done. Otherwise, keep going. Marching on the spot. Using your cans. Okay, keep going, yogis. Keep breathing deeply. We're nearly there. 5, 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Slow it down. Take a rest. Take a couple of deep breaths, yogis. Hopefully the heart rate you can feel now. Well done. Just another deep breath. Because this time we're going to punch forwards, either with the cans or making that loose fist if that's, again, more comfortable or you've got an injury. Are we ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Start punching gently. It doesn't have to be fast to begin with, because remember, we're here for 1 whole minute. Punching, punching, just punching at shoulder height. That's it. Try and keep the arms nice and straight. I've come forwards in the chair, feet a little wider, so that they again feel stabilized as you do this movement. Nice deep breathing, yogis. Keep going. That's it. Now again, if you feel this is too much, we're coming up to 30 seconds soon, so do stop. Stop if you need to. Or get a little bit faster. Watch the back though. Keep it smooth, keep it comfortable. Go at the pace that suits you, remember. Nice deep breathing, punching, punching. Keep going if you can. That's brilliant. 10 more seconds to go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, well done, yogis. Slow it down. Take a resting breath. Thank you. Notice the heart pumping. That's it. Let the breath have a few deep breaths just to restore and relax. It's so important not to rush. So important to work, but work safely. And now we're going to do some upper body, and we're going to alternate the arms and legs. So sit back, yogis. Take another resting breath. Make sure you can see me. Again, if you find that's something that you don't want to do again with the weights, pop them down now. Make a loose fist if you don't want to do any more resistance work, okay? That's absolutely fine. So I'm sitting back in the chair now. If you can watch my arms and legs, I'm going to inhale, take my arms out to the side, raise my left leg. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, raise my right leg to hip height, arms out, exhale to center. We're going to do this again for 1 minute. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale, alternate arms, alternate legs. Inhale, exhale, arms just to shoulder height in a smooth movement with the breath. Breathing in, I raise my right foot, flex it, exhale. Inhale, left leg raised, flex it, exhale. Keep going, yogis, breathing in, breathing out. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, sit tall, exhale. Go slower if you wish to. Using the body and really being wise as you synchronize movement with breath. Keep going, yogis. Halfway through, 20 seconds to go. Stop if you need to. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hold on to those cans securely. Alternate arm and leg as we breathe. Inhale. Exhale. 3 seconds. 2. Last one. And stop. Well done. Woo. Take a resting breath. Warm, remember. That's it. Just take 1 or 2 resting breaths. And we're going to move on. So we're going to pulse. And we'll put one of the cans down because we're going to just work on the right side and then we'll move to the left, okay? Are we ready? Going to do this again for 1 minute. So, if I can show you, you might want to move the camera up a little bit. As it's right arm up and right arm as well raising. Exhale down. Okay? So right arm and right leg. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Breathing in, taking the arm up, breathing out, coming back to the shoulder. Breathing in. Breathing out, also raising the right leg and flexing the toes towards me. Breathing in, keep the spine tall. Breathing out and lower. And just make sure again that the movement's smooth with the arm and leg and you're not in any pain or discomfort, because if you are, do please stop. Keep going if you can. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. How long have we got left? Breathing in, 20 seconds. Stay with me if you can, but stop if you need to. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. 10 more seconds to go, yogis. Hang on in there. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, in, exhale. Couple of more seconds to go. And stop. Well done. Now we're going to switch sides. Remember, by the way, if you didn't want to use the can, you'd have a loose fist and you'd be raising and lowering in exactly the same way, but just making that loose fist instead, particularly if you don't want to do the resistance work. So let's do the other side. Are we ready? We'll start here, hugging the can inwards, raising the left leg now, holding onto the side of the chair with the right thigh. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. 1 minute on this side. Breathing in as we raise. Breathing out. I find this side harder. You might be able to see that, and it may be the same for you as well. But again, if it is a little bit harder, then don't strain. Just be sort of mindful of that, aware of the difference physically, and go gently. Inhale as we raise. Exhale. Keep going, yogis. We're working the left and right hemispheres of our brain. We're strengthening upper and lower half of the body, and we're building stamina as well, because we're using, some of us are using the weight as well. But it really doesn't matter if you're not, you're still providing the body with a great stretch and a great workout. Keep going. Sit tall in the chair. Make sure your spine is comfortable. How long do we have left? 10 seconds. Wow, that went quickly. Couple more if you can. 5 more seconds. Last time. Here we go, yogis. Last time raising. Well done. And release down. Excellent. Woo. Well, you're doing really well. How far are we through our practices? Really good. 10 past. We've got 20 minutes. There's one more exercise I'd like to do with the cans. So if you want to use your hands, do grab them. If you don't want to, again, make those 2 loose fists, and we'll be doing this exercise, okay? We'll also be trying to stomp. So it's a bit of those sort of hands, knees and toes exercise, working left, right, upper and lower body. Okay, Yogi, so sit back, take a resting breath in and out. Good, this is the last of our seated work, and then we're going to use the back of the chair and come to do some balances and stretches. So, let's inhale, take the arms out, exhale smoothly, they come back. We're going to do this for 1 minute. At the same time, let's go with the legs, stomping, okay? Let's go. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Marching on the spot as you move the arms. Try not to think too much about this, but keep going. Breathing in, breathing out. So good for coordination of upper and lower half of our body. Having to communicate. So don't just think that chair yoga is good for physical health. Cerebral health, brain health as well. Communicating with all those nerve endings. Having to talk to your body. Nice deep breathing. 10 seconds left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Not an easy pose to do. Take the hands, sit back, it's warm again. Have a nice deep breath in and out. Notice if you feel tingling or warmth in the body. Well done. And let's come up now, and we're going to use the back of the chair to just do some stretching. So, make sure you can see me, standing at the back of the chair. Bit of a balance this one, but nice to work the hamstrings. So can you see my hands are on the chair, my feet are hip width apart, holding onto the back of the chair, excuse me, toes and ankles facing forwards. I simply come up onto the heels, the balls of the feet, sorry, exhale and lower. We do 10 of those. Inhaling, feel the lovely stretch in the back of the legs. Exhale and lower. Inhale, looking forwards. Exhale and lower. Keep going, yogis. Breathing in, breathing out. Stretching, strengthening the hamstrings, but providing your feet with a great stretch as well, and encouraging you to practice your balances. Inhale as you raise, exhale as you lower. Should we try 2 more? Breathing in, breathing out. Last time, breathing in and breathing out. Good. Let's turn to the sides now. We've done a lot of work with the weights, but if you want to, we're going to grab 1 more weight. So this is my right side. I'm holding onto the back of the chair with my left hand, and I'm just simply going to raise the arm a little bit and the leg, and I want to flex the toes towards me, and I want you just to pulse. Pulse, try not to lean too much into the chair, gazing ahead, nice deep breathing. That's excellent, well done. Nice deep breathing. Hold a little longer if you can. Just little pulses with the arm and leg, and using a can if you want to for resistance work. That's great. Couple more deep breaths here. It's worth doing. It's such a strengthening exercise, plus encouraging you to, again, balance and improve the strength and stamina in the body as we breathe and release down. Well done. Let's switch sides. Taking the chair to the other side. Holding onto the chair again, taking, if you wish to, you can. Inside leg wants to be straight and strong. Just raising the back leg, the outside leg, sorry, flexing the toes towards you, arm out to the side, and looking ahead as we pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Again, we may find those left and right differences in our body. Gazing ahead, 3 to 4 more deep breaths. They do not have to be big pulses. Try and keep the inside leg strong and straight, yogis, and go at the speed that very much suits you. Couple of more deep breaths here. Excellent. One more full breath. In and out. And release. Good. Put the weights down for a moment. And we're going to turn the chair inwards and just stretch the whole of the body now in a downward dog. So, making sure the chair is safe. I'm going to bring my feet together. I'm facing the seat of the chair and place my hands on the seat of the chair. I'm then going to walk my hands away until my legs are straight. Can you see that, yogis? And my inner ears, or my ears rather, should I say, are in alignment with my inner elbows. I'm nice and straight. Do bend the knees if needed. Absolutely fine to have your knees bent. But if you can, straighten the legs. It's a great stretch for them. Gazing down towards the floor, so I'm looking towards my mat. And I can just push back a little further if you, again, you can do the same if you want, or ease off. The main thing is you're stretching the entire back surface of the body. It's a strong stretch, so again, I'm just going to stress bend the knees if needed. Nice deep breathing here. Open the fingers wide so the weight's transformed throughout the hand, evenly spreading the weight across both palms. And nice deep breathing here. A wonderful way to stretch into a downward dog, but aided by the chair. Okay, yogis, let's go for an upward dog now. So I'm going to lean forwards, come up onto the toes, and I'm going to place the weight in the chair, hopefully you can see, lift my chest upwards, and the weight again really pushing into the chair, and now I'm in my upward dog, looking towards the ceiling, arms are very strong here, taking several deep breaths. And then that's probably enough. We can push back carefully. We go back into downward dog. And again, if this feels too strong, keep the knees bent. You might just want to do the downward dog rather than the upward dog, but it does mean the front and the back of the spine, front and back of the body are stretched in equal measure. And then I come forwards, up onto the toes, hands into the chair. I need to go back a little bit. And again, pushing the weight into the chair so I feel safe, lifting the chest and sternum, and looking up, taking 2 deep breaths. And releasing carefully. And then we walk in, bend the knees, and come up to standing. Well, yogis, it's time now to do a little twist. So we're going to take the right foot in between the chair legs, bend the right knee slightly, and have the right hand on the seat of the chair. Now my left hand's resting on my left hip. I'm going to very gently tuck it around the back of the waist and then start to straighten the front leg. Now if you can't straighten both legs, have the front knee slightly bent, absolutely fine. And I'm going to twist, so I'm looking towards that top shoulder, towards the ceiling. Front knee can be bent, but ideally both legs are straight. Again, really pressing the weight firmly into the hand that's on the chair and twisting to one side if you can. Gazing upwards if the neck feels comfortable. Hold for 3 breaths. Such a dynamic twist here and well worth trying if you can. Remember that front knee, absolutely fine to have a micro bend in it if straightening the front leg is too strong. Twisting carefully, looking towards the top elbow, or the top shoulder rather. One more deep breath in and out. And then we come back to the center and we switch sides. So now my left hand is on the seat of the chair. I've switched legs as well, so the left foot in front between the chair, my right foot turned out behind me. Again, you can see from behind, I take that right hand, rest it behind my waist, palm facing away, straighten the legs if you can, and looking somewhere towards the ceiling or towards that top shoulder. And hold for 3 slow breaths if you can. Wonderful way to feel the support from the chair, but also to receive a dynamic standing twist. Legs are strong, breath is relaxed. Enjoy the twist, but also notice that again, those left and right differences may be there. We're going to inhale, exhale, slowly come back, and slowly rise up. Well done, yogis. Well, let's try a nice balance now. So we'll again have a go, turning to the side of the chair. Holding on to the side of the chair. We've got about 6-7 minutes. So I thought it'd be nice to just take that outside knee and hold on to it there. I flex the toes as well towards me. Inside leg is strong, looking forwards and holding for several deep breaths if you can. Anytime you get tired, you can lower this leg. For those that want to work a little deeper, try to take that knee out to the side now, still flexing the toes towards you, opening into the hip and knee joint now, and holding for 3 slow breaths. Again, if this is too strong, you can simply release if you need to. Gazing ahead, that inside leg, we're aiming to keep it nice and strong, breathing into it, rooting into the earth, holding onto the chair for support. When we're ready to come out of it, let's inhale, bring the knee in, exhale and release carefully. So a lovely way to open up those hips as well as get the balance. Let's simply switch sides now, yogis. So again, using the back of, or the side of the chair, I'm going to raise my left knee. I'm trying to keep my spine tall here as well and draw the knee into the chest if I can. My right leg again, nice and straight. Looking ahead and just getting a sense of balancing on this leg. Nice deep breathing. Try not to lean into the chair if you can help it. Carefully taking the knee out just as far as feels comfortable. If you again feel tight here in the hip, don't overdo it. Gazing ahead and holding for up to 3 breaths. So I just want you to hold your balances a little longer today. Nice deep breathing. Flexing the toes towards you. Keep that left foot activated as well. Well done, yogis. One more full breath in and out. And then carefully bring the knee in and release. Okay, great. Well, shall we try one more balance now? Let's go back to the first side. And because we've sort of done a variation of the tree, we'll go straight into tree. So with the outside leg, can you hopefully see, I'm going to rest it on my inner left calf, just below my knee joint. But I want you to be able to see what I'm going to do with my right arm now. I'm going to raise it up. And then bring it over and across. Keep the right knee open and feel the stretch now in the right side ribs. And we hold again for 3 deep breaths. Okay, so just trying to sort of come into sort of a nice side stretch there. If it's too strong, don't overdo it. Aim to keep that right knee as open as you can. One more deep breath in. Well done and release. Carefully draw the knee in and we'll switch sides. So, inside leg is strong. Again, notice I've just taken the heel to just below the knee joint. Again, notice one knee, one joint may feel easier to open than the other. Lengthening that arm up and over. So again, we get the stretch here. We create space in those side ribs. Gazing ahead, inside leg is strong. Aim for 3 slow breaths if you can comfortably. And these are worth doing whenever you get the chance, yogis. Against the wall, use the back of a chair. Whenever you remember, practice your balances. They're not just good for the body physically, they're said to improve memory as well. Gazing ahead and again, just when you're ready, do release and relax. Excellent, well done. Let's come back to the chair. We're going to sit again for the last few exercises. So coming back to the chair. Okay, we're going to do a little twist here as well. So that you can see me, I've turned to the side, okay? So if we can move the camera down slightly. There we go. You can see I'm sitting to the side of the chair. So ideally you have a chair without arms, otherwise it's quite difficult. But if you can, feet are hip width apart. And we're going to take our hands to the back of our chair, pretty much in the middle of the chair. And so I'm going to look towards the back. Again, if I turn this way, it provides you with clearer understanding of the pose. So I'm twisting here, trying to keep my shoulders nice and open, gazing ahead, always at eye level towards that imaginary horizon. And my feet are hip width apart, definitely making sure my feet are anchored down and holding for 2 deep breaths. So twists are great for the digestive system, for keeping the body supple and strong. Elimination process, all of your internal organs are being massaged. So it's a bit like giving yourself a big internal hug, yogis. 1 more full breath in and out here. And carefully exhale, come back and rest the hands. And we'll switch sides. And the easiest way for me to do that is I get up, get myself round to the other side of the chair. Again, so you can see exactly where we want to place the hands. Middle of the chair, not up here, close the shoulders, but in the middle. And again, twisting from the low belly. Aim to keep those shoulders nice and even as best you can. And I appreciate sometimes it's not easy, particularly if one side feels stronger than the other. Looking ahead, holding for 3 breaths. And again, just noticing whether you can twist further on one side. One side may feel slightly tighter. I know for me this side's a bit more tricky. So again, if you do find tighter, less range of motion, don't strain. Just really being aware of that and taking care. So let's take 1 more full breath in and out here. And release and relax. Good work, Yogi. So we've got a couple of minutes left. Coming to the end, 2 minutes left. So let's finish with a couple of nice deep breathing exercises. Let's come back to our chairs, sitting forwards. Let's just have a moment to roll the shoulders back again 3 times and forwards slowly. And sitting forwards, we're going to separate the feet and just do a little spinal twist again, just to soften. So can you see palms are facing down, elbows out to the side, keeping everything about shoulder height. You need to open the legs a little wider, and I'm going to inhale and exhale. Smooth little twist to finish with, using the breath. Now again, if this feels too strong for your spine, you could just leave this out. Inhale to one side, smoothly to the other, slow it right down if needed, palms down, just using the breath wisely. Just notice if the spine feels a little more elastic now or supple. A couple more times on each side, inhaling, use that breath, exhaling, once more to each side. Coming back to the centre as you exhale and release. Good. Well, let's sit back now. We're going to close our practice by just taking a few deep breaths into the lungs. So you can see my arms. I'm going to inhale, exhale. As I go up, I cross over the wrist. Exhaling down, 4 of those. Breathing in, breathing out, inhaling, exhaling. Last time, breathing in, exhale. Bring the hands to the prayer position. Closing the eyes and just take a moment to wish yourself and your body well, yogis. Wish yourself and your body well. Well done for all you've been able to achieve today. Om Shanti, peace. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye for now.
Thanks, Rachel.
Hello, Tom here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lovely. And your daughter. Thank you. It's lovely.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, everyone. See you soon.
Yes. See you.
Bye.
Tom here. See you on Thursday.
Bye.